Cause the boss ain't the boss if they don't teach the game. And tell the youngest not to chase the fame. Give them other goals to aim and don't let them keep doing the same. Tell them the boss takes the blame on the shoulders of a sturdy frame.
What's going on? It's the Legit OGs podcast where we give you the game we wish we had. I'm BF and Kruma.
Herman, CEO.
Cool. I just feel like it just needs to be a little bit more than cool.
Cool. I was saying that before y'all.
The first episode was BF and Kruma, Herman, CEO, also known as Herm SP. He was like, cool.
Yeah, cool.
And then he was like, with a K.
Yeah.
But what's up, fellas? Y'all good?
Good.
All good.
Yo, man, listen, this week I wanna go further into sort of a conversation that we was having last week, basically with the whole King Von situation and how fast that it erupted. Like, we touched on that a little bit, but I guess they call them a conflict resolution skills. I want to talk about how we can be able to change how we respond in the heat of the moment and being comfortable with saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we can't do that. Now, I'm going to start off telling a story. Me and my co-host, who's going to remain nameless.
Cool.
No, you.
Yeah, you trying to throw me under the bus. I didn't know what he was about to say. So, you know, we used to be in war and so much stuff, so we try to find different places to go out so we can just have a good time and ain't got to worry about it. Mm-hmm. So my little cousin lived in South Jersey. So she always had these different spots that was going on. So I'm like, yo, come on, let's go over Deptford. Let's go over, we just going over all these spots. But the Camden dudes was always in them Jones. And them dudes just used to be on tilt for no reason. Every time, this is for my niggas, I'm the ride for the niggas. It would go haywire. So we got into a free fall in this joint. But then I start thinking, while we're in the middle of the free fall, so the security start breaking everything up. So they putting us on one side, putting other guys on the other side. And I'm like, I know what's getting ready to happen. My homies is getting ready to get stupid. Mm-hmm. So I runs to the car first. So I runs to the car, grab the guns. Because we're not shooting over here in Jersey and killing somebody and getting caught trying to go through the toll, which happened to somebody that we knew. Mm-hmm. So they mad. Mm-hmm. They pissed off at me. Mm-hmm. I'm driving. Once we get in the car, I'm driving. You a bitch. You bitch ass nigga. Somebody was getting doink.
I was getting doink. I got doink the whole ride from Jersey back to Philly. I was every bitch in the book. You should have let us kill them niggas. I'm like, I don't care. We ain't on our way to jail, so I ain't care. I'm saying, next day, everybody sober up. Dudes come to the corner like, I'm glad you ain't let us do that. So I went through all the getting called names or whatever, even though I knew they ain't really mean that. They was upset at the time, basically because they was on and they testosterone and everything was raging. But the next day they was able to appreciate a homie saying, let's not do this dumb stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's what I want to talk about in this joint. Being in the heat of the moment and being able to say, you know what? Nah, we ain't gonna do that tonight. We gonna chill. So I just want to ask y'all that question, and then we just go from there in the conversation. Has there ever been a time you personally or your friends was about to do something stupid and you caught yourself or you stopped your homies? Like, it could be you saying,
I guess I can't tell a story because he already told a story, so we always the same.
I'm quite sure you
got different stories, you know? Where it might have been something where you said, no, chill.
I do, but it was mainly like I get a phone call about somebody and a couple dudes on the block, they was plotting on somebody. They called me before they even did something. I told them like, no, don't do it. But I had an older cousin. Only had me by a month, but I consider him my older cousin. He was like, man, forget her, man. We gonna do it anyway. And when they went back to the block to go do that to the person, the cops was already sticking out the boy they was gonna do something to, and they was locking the boy up. So the whole time, my man, he always tell me this. He tell me to this day, he's like, yo, man, that's why I be calling you, man. I mean, he don't call me now because we ain't into nothing. He's like, man, that's why I call you, man, before I even do anything. Because sometimes you be just thinking clear-minded. He said that incident right there showed me that, let me call Herm before I do something. Because sometimes I might be jumping the gun. Herm might look at it a different perspective of, don't do it because the situation that happened. You know what I'm saying? If the cops were sticking out, they would have been probably to shoot out with the cop, probably got killed by the car, they probably got locked up on the scene. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I, in my time, I definitely did tell people to like chill and slow up. And they was like, man, you tripping. Like my cousin was telling like, man, what you calling her for that? Listen to him for it. So, but it made out good. So that was one of my stories.
And that's the best part about it because it can always go wrong. I mean, even if you get away with it, it went wrong because somebody lost their life or somebody got shot. Like that's never good.
Of course, plenty of times I used to be in the car. Like I had to ask my man one day. We was young boys at the time, and I asked my man because I thought it was like fearless. I'm like, damn, bro, when we be doing our little thing, 1-2s, and we be in the car, we going to the people. Do you be nervous? And he looked at me like, yeah, I be scared as shit. But I'm like, in my head, I know I be nervous, but I didn't know when I say that. But I'm looking at him like, yo, this boy be like, he be calm, he be cool. I'm like, yo, this boy a demon for real. But I asked him all this, I'm like, yo, bro, I had to ask him, yo, bro, you be nervous? He's like, yeah, I be nervous as hell. I was like, damn, bro. Me too. I had to tell you that, but it's like, damn, you be thinking a person like cold heart, but everybody like, you know, he said the same exact thing that people just say. He said, man, when we be driving, we can get pulled over by police. Is we gonna get caught up in, you know, in the police shootout, or is we gonna come back alive? You know what I'm saying? Anything. So
and I remember one night. My dad I had this Grand Prix, but my heater joint was like messed up. Like I had to like get a like pliers and like turn it. So we go out getting in some dumb stuff. We get back in my car, pull off, and the daggone window is smoked up. I couldn't turn it to frost. I got my hand out the window trying to drive and see this. So like anything can go wrong. That's why it just ain't working, man. It just ain't working at all.
I remember back in the day, this had to have been probably like maybe 05, 04. Somebody was I had a problem with somebody, and somebody called me and was like, yo, such and such right here. I'm like, word? I'm in the car with my old head. So I ride to the spot and get the joint. He looking at me like, what the fuck you about to do? I'm like, no, I'm about to get at this dude, right? He like, yo, man, you tripping, man. Like, yo, man. I'm like, man, I don't care. So he called, you know, down the way to see, like, you know, who was, like, who called him? Like, who the hell just called this dude and told him, like, whatever. So anyway, as we riding up, there's all these people out there. My old head begging me, like, yo, man, chill, man. It's funny because, man, was having this conversation a few months ago about that situation. I always say, damn, man, you really stopped me. Because he was like, look, man, just chill. He was like, man, just chill, man. Like, no. But I ain't gonna lie though. This what made me stop because I wasn't trying to hear that shit. I'm like, man, I'm getting it. Like, you tripping. Like, he said, all right, look, pull over right there and let me out right there, man, because I ain't going. I ain't going. I'm looking at this dude like, what? Dude, there's too many people out there, man. You ain't gonna get away with that. And it's funny, because in my mind, I'm like, damn, man, what the, like, it threw me for a loop. Like, damn, you ain't coming with me? You ever heard that saying, misery love company? Damn, if I'm going to jail, you ain't going to jail with me. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of the ones where I was just like, all right, man, fuck that, man. Fuck, it is what it is, man. And I let it go. That was like really the first time that somebody actually froze up. Well, I ain't gonna say froze up, stopped me. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, my old head ain't no sucker. We didn't did stuff together, but it was one of them ones like, nah, you ain't that this one. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny when we walked in, we was on the elevator, we was talking. I was like, it seems like these dudes nowadays want to get caught. It's like they don't even want to not get caught. They on the TV, gram, and putting it all out there. But then when I got older, it was times where I was the one like, man, I ain't count me out. Count me out. Like I ain't going. Y'all go ahead and do your thing, man. Count me out. Like because you get to an age or you get to a point in your life. I can't even say age. You can just say a point in your life where you just like, man, I ain't going down there no more doing that. Because like you said, you can get pulled over. Anything. You start thinking about everything that go on in your life when you go to jail. Like how people, the guys that you so-called friends with, how they don't answer your calls or you run out of money and you like, yo, I need help. And they just, so a lot of times, man, I'm on the type time like, man, it ain't there anymore. Up until the time it really wasn't there no more.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it.
And that nowadays, it's so much more pressure on these dudes, man. It's crazy. I was on my Explore page and I seen one of these rappers, I think 600 Breezy or something, somebody from Chicago, and he was talking about how the fans be gaslighting the wars.
Yeah, because even I tell young boy this. I said they kept putting the meme up with Dirt. Dirt brought all the sessions out for the boy joint. I said, come on, man. Yeah. I said, listen, man. I said, I've been in the streets. Ain't no street dude doing it.
That's what I said, man. When I heard that, I was
why would he?
Then I said if he did do it, he bluffing. That's all bluff tactics, man.
But why would you do that?
If he did that, he bluffing. Because listen, man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. This how it's become with the tough shit. A lot of these dudes ain't tough. They just want you to think that they fucking tough, and if you can bluff them, you can beat them. If he did that, that is the most bluffingest move I've ever seen.
What you gonna do? Send 20 dudes into a show to kill him at the show?
Come on, man. That don't even make sense. And it's hot right now.
Yeah, it's
just
hot.
It's hot. Like,
and he's the number one thing.
Yeah,
he's the number one suspect anyway. Anything goes.
That's another thing too. I wanted to piggyback on that too from last week. Not to change something. I seen a whole different video, man, where it showed
Von jumped out, man.
Yeah, when he jumped out and the ball was standing there, and it's like, boy, didn't even like see it coming in. He just stole him, and it would look like all the dudes was rushing.
And it was only Quando Rondo.
Yeah, and the killer. And it seemed like the whole crowd started shifting towards. So is your perspective a little bit different on that?
What?
With the young kid killing Bonnie King, whatever his name.
All right, we had a discussion about that. Now, when Von jumped out, last week you was more on the side like you might have to shoot. You know what I'm saying? And people was like, you can't promote that.
And I ain't.
No, you're not promoting that. No, because we all came to our agreement that we're not promoting that.
Who was mad as shit?
I know he was. He gave the joke. Yes, he was. He gave the joke off the door. You better put the mic in your face and you can't promote that shit. He was mad. Sitting there with Cardi, he was mad. Well, hold on. Let me get back to it. Now, the way how Von jumped out the van. We talking about a person that was locked up for homicides. You know what I'm saying? Versus a person that we don't know what them dudes doing, but we know what he did because it's all on the internet. And he talked about it.
I ain't even.
So when you see somebody jump out like that, your whole train of thought changed. You don't know if he want fighting time or he want drama time.
Last week when I said your name will get you killed.
Oh yeah, you did say that. So yeah, we had that conversation like. Now, we're not promoting it, but the thing about it was, when the boy came around the car and shot, he probably was scared because the name.
Let me ask you a quick question.
And you're not from Atlanta.
Let me ask you a quick question too, right? This is both of y'all. This is a serious question, right? Is somebody breaking your house, right? So you in your house, you playing your game, you chilling, you watching it, whatever. You in your house by yourself. Ain't nobody in there but you. And the dude breaking your crib. What you gonna do?
You getting smoked.
Right?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Same thing. Protect my family.
All right, cool. Right? Because I would say the same thing, right? But it's funny that we say that, right? I'm going somewhere with this.
Good.
But if somebody fighting somebody and you pull out a gun and you kill them, people say, why you pull out a gun and kill him? You should have just fought him, right? Right? This is what people saying. All these dudes are suckers. They pulling out guns, killing people. And I'm not promoting killing people. But my thing is, man, all those valuables in your crib, you can get that shit back. But if you kill somebody, for breaking in your crib, what's the difference between you killing somebody? Hold up. Hear me out. What's more important? Your body, yourself, your body, because your body's supposed to be a temple, right? All those valuables in your crib. Because if you put your hands on me, you hurting me, you can kill me. It's a possibility that you can kill me. But you fast to kill somebody for breaking the house, and you feel like he violating your house and all that. But he violating your person. He violating you more than
That's
anything.
it. It's different. Somebody,
What's the difference?
because if you out in the streets and you rumbling, you at the moment you know it's a rumble.
But how you know if a person ain't got a gun? Nothing like that.
I said you know at the moment that they rumble. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
In the house, you sleep and you just wake up and
What
see
if you
somebody
ain't
come. I mean, either way you go for it.
If you ain't sleep,
Anytime somebody running your house,
If you're not sleep, somebody come to your house. First of all, like I said, you got the woman in your house. You got
I
protect.
said you in the house by yourself.
Oh, I'm still. Yeah,
I know.
You still got to do something. Because when they come in,
Why you don't want to fight him?
because he
Why
ain't
you
coming
pick
to
up
fight
your
you.
gun?
that's different.
What's
fool.
the difference?
Because if somebody come in your house, he coming in. He come.
Oh no, Fang want to get on camera and answer.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Let Fang, come on, man.
What's the difference?
Let Fang get some of this work.
Shout out to Fame.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I feel like the difference is that you in a situation where you outside your house. You in your house, that's where you stay at. So if you don't set the precedence that, if somebody come in the crib and do something, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can come in the
So
crib
what's
when
more
your house, when
important,
your
your
kids and all
valuables
that.
in your
It's not
house?
about the value. It's about your life.
I'm asking you a
It's
question.
about, but
A dude
that
can violate your life
question is
when he
null and void.
A dude can violate your life if you put your hand. If he putting his fucking hands on you. He's fucking violating you, man. Put
The dude that
hands-
shot didn't have no hands laid on him.
Listen to me, bro. I know that. I know
And
that.
that's
I'm talking that situation. I'm just talking about period because I've been watching a lot of stuff on the internet and dudes is saying these little dudes can't fight. But then we turn around.
Okay.
If somebody breaking the crib, it's
You don't know what somebody doing. They come in your
You
crib.
don't know
It's totally different.
I know.
All right, this.
I'm listening.
All right, so in the streets, right?
Yeah.
You know if there's a possibility that one of them might shoot you or he might rumble. So that's why dudes probably pull out a little.
No, what I'm
in
saying
the
is,
street.
listen to me, bro. All I'm saying is this, right? It sounds weird. Maybe you need to sit on it. It sounds weird.
I got it.
I thought it was too. But I watched so many people talk, and they say that when dudes is fighting and somebody pull out a gun and shoot somebody and kill them dead, them dudes is suckers and cowards and all that type of shit. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, so if you punch your head, because they basically saying you should be able to stand in and take that ass whooping. But some people can't fight, and some people actually fear that this dude can beat you with anything. They don't want to get hurt. Don't nobody want to get hurt. So my thing is, and I'm not promoting anything. I'm just saying, what's the difference when dudes is when somebody breaking your house and the first thing in your mind, I gotta kill him.
There's absolutely
Because he's gonna
no
steal-
connection.
I know. I have to say, you
Absolutely
never
none.
understand what I'm saying.
First, I do understand there's no connection.
So
if
you-
somebody
so
come
you-
out, I don't know if they coming in here to kill
So
me or
what if
not.
you don't know the person who sucker punched you?
The person who sucker punched me,
How you
but
know
at
he
the,
trying to kill you?
at the moment, I know we rumbling.
Oh my
At the moment, I know we rumbling.
All right.
You coming through my window, I don't know what you
Let
coming
me
in
ask you
here
another
for.
question. Let me ask you another question. And I might be the only person in this room that ever did this before.
I know.
You ever punch a dude in his mouth with your gat on you?
I swing on people. Yeah.
With your gat on you?
Yeah.
Have you? I don't know.
I swing.
I have. I didn't. I'm
did.
right.
Because I knew he wasn't a threat.
Right.
It wasn't for- it
So
wasn't
you
for
punch
that.
him, right?
Yeah, it wasn't
All right.
for
So
that.
you ask yourself this question and be honest though.
Oh,
Now you
yeah.
gotta remove your mind from where you at now and put it back then, which is
No,
hard.
see, that's what you
Okay,
keep
but
going
hear me
on.
out.
We gotta stay here.
Okay.
You keep.
I'm asking you a question. If you rumbling and you got your gat and you tee off on board and boys start rolling some of them shits on you and you fall out, you stomping your brain, and what you want to do?
Now, I don't know. It depends. If I lose, I ain't gonna lie.
Pull that joint out.
No, I won the fight and I lost fight, bro. I came out fighting.
You lost the fight with a gun on you before?
No, but when you got look at it, bro. I won the fight.
That was just a quick question. I wanted to just
I'm
ask.
gonna be honest.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay. All right.
It's just a thing to say.
Let me say something. Guess what? Okay, after he stopped me out, why don't you just run to the crib and go grab the gun and shoot him then?
I said, what
What's
if
the
you got
difference?
What if you got it on?
What's the difference, dude?
I'm asking you, you got it on you.
What's the difference?
Because you don't know when some.
All right, after you finish stop me up, I should run to my house and get my gun, right?
Here's the thing, right? I'm telling you, I'm
I'm also talking about heat of the moment.
Yeah, I'm just
That's not even a moment. That's why people actually get up on. Come on, bro. We all looking at live.
Once you
If somebody start you out,
but once
and
you
you get
leave,
up, hold up. Once you get up and he leave, you not. If you
I'm
feel
talking
like
about the
you
heat of the
pistol,
moment with the
it's still
pistol
the same
on.
heat of the moment.
It's not the same.
it's not. Once you leave the scene,
That's different counts of murder.
That's a whole That's
different
counts of murder.
Okay.
It'll go from
Okay, that's in the book. That's in the book. But we know plenty of dudes that got their ass whooped in the hood and been 3 days dead. They ran.
But that's not heat of the moment. That's just taking some stuff. Heat of the moment is the moment it's happening. It's not 20 minutes
If
later.
somebody whoop your ass right then and there, and you live right there,
Alright, so
that's like the heat of the moment.
so
Or your man coming up to you, you got
so-
your gun. Give me the gun.
So here's another.
That's heat of the moment. If your man is right there, she got
Okay, so we agree to disagree.
But
on
I
that.
never answered. I never answered.
There you go.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My answer, I got my gat on me. I swung on you. You knocked me all down and you stomping me. 9 times out of 9, while I'm getting stomped, I'm shooting. But guess what? I'm a bitch for doing it. I'm a pussy because I couldn't even fucking beat you and you was beating me the fuck up. And that's why I shot. I'm a sucker for doing it.
Yeah.
But I'm still going. I'm gonna have to beat that sucker because you ain't stomping my brains out. But I'm a shoot. I'm still a sucker.
I'm not gonna say you a sucker. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's like a sucker type move. But
Yeah,
what I'm
sucker type
saying
move.
is, I mean, I disagree to this. It was just weird that
I disagree. Maybe I'm looking at it different. They see, I'm always conscious of anything I ever did in my life. I was conscious. So if a nigga stomping me out and I got my gun, it got to be cameras out. It got to be niggas watching. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to put myself in that place. That's why I didn't pull the gun out in the first place. I could just pull the gun and smack me with the gas.
All right, so look, so now when I seen that second video, right? When I seen that second video, and I'm looking at Shorty, and he did that to Wall. Now it gives a
It makes sense.
It gives a better
It makes a lot of
perspective
sense.
of why he did what he did.
Yeah, it makes
If
a
you
lot of
see
sense.
that whole crowd coming towards
It make a lot of
his
sense.
man, and he backed them off.
Yeah, it make a lot of sense.
But cops and all that was shooting out there and all that other shit too, though. What really made it what it was, man. But that's the fuckery though has to stop. I ain't gonna lie. This shit.
I'm always just talking about different how we can make things better.
Right.
My
But here's the
thing
thing,
is my judgment. Because he could have pulled the gat out without shooting him back them all.
But here's the thing too though, right? But then what if you pull it out and somebody rocked him? So look, my thing, I know Shorty kicking himself in the ass right now that pulled the trigger because you didn't expect for it to go the way. But when you pull that gun out, that's what you have to expect. I think that's oxymoron too, what I just said. But anyway, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But here's the thing too, though, right? While we preach, man, yo, you stopping somebody. That young boy,
Quando
no,
I
that was
understand.
it.
The
one that got killed.
We don't even know.
The dude that got killed, Vonnie, yeah. Dude, here's the thing, right? He was the money. Yo, the minute he was, because when I heard the manager boy talk on the board, the freak board show, it was like they knew, like he said it happened so fast, but it's sometimes, you know, you got the money and you got hot head, you bound to die. Like look at Pop. Like he was the high head and he was the one. And he did what he did and he got himself part.
That's called
But here's the thing too, and it seemed like when you look at the Pop situation and you look at the bull King Von, they said he owned his masters, his publishing, all that. I'm like, I mean, you the one. Like, how can you jump out the car and do that? Like that's
But
crazy.
guess what? It's about entertainment. It's all about entertainment. He probably never thought he would lose his life over a rap.
Yeah, but he just became the one. He ain't have enough time. He ain't have enough time to recognize.
I said I
He just got his first album.
I'm not disagreeing.
But
That's
guess
what
what?
I'm just saying.
Now,
The lifestyle changed from what you was doing a few years ago.
Yeah, I agree with you with that.
man.
But say he would have put his hands on the ball, right? And no shots was fired, and he would have walked off next day. He would have been on Instagram going, man, album sales would have definitely went up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's controversy. We know controversy sells. So at the end of the day, he knew what he was doing. He probably didn't think it was gonna go that far.
Same deal with Pop.
Saying it was not.
Put your hands on people and not understand that. What?
Even with your man, B.I.J.
Yeah.
going over to California, you know, in the heat of the moment, saying Cali got love for me.
I agree.
When niggas not really messing with you.
Yeah, I agree.
So I just think rappers personally take it to a whole other level.
This the thing.
And that's why Rondo
This the
canceled the show. He wasn't there.
And this the thing too though.
Rondo had the show.
And this the thing too though. Sometimes, man, you got them yes men around. We was discussing that before too though. That when you know the ball, the Rondo cat is from Atlanta, and you live in Atlanta, you from Chicago, and it's on like that. I guess the damn near 40 crew would be on some shit like I ain't going in there. I ain't going in there because I know it could be some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think for others. But a 22-year-old crew would have been all up in that motherfucker, like, yo, we up in there and we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, Crew didn't have the Von Miller. Why am I thinking about football? The King Von dudes paper, like how a lot of paper these dudes got. And when you work that, you did it. You did it. You got that paper that the young boy had, my man. You did it. Like you don't have to be around.
When you just wild, more money make you wilder. I think money make you wilder.
You gotta think he just got on.
He just got on.
So he ain't having enough
He's
time.
gonna make the project and broke down 100 grand. He's still doing real shit.
Listen to me, yo. I understand it, but my thing is this, right? He from Old Block. He ain't in Old Block no more. You standing, and you got artists now. You got a manager now. You didn't have a manager when you was out there selling drugs on Old Block. You wasn't in the Airbnb staying in Atlanta. You didn't have thousands of fans or 1 million followers on Instagram when you was just on Old Block. So your life changed, bro. Your life changed. Your life changed.
Did you change 1 year after things started getting different?
I'm not gonna say
that fans are old mentality.
But here's the thing, though, right? I guess
we all can say that.
I guess it's different when I'm saying because I'm looking at it on a legit side of the game. On the legit.
But you talking about as a 40-year-old,
I remember,
right?
Yeah, but I remember when the first piece of legit money I got, and it was hard. I was like, damn, they giving this out like every week, okay, or every 30, whatever. I'm like, yeah, this ain't bad. Like I can. In my mind, I'm thinking like, I don't really have to sell drugs if they gonna give me this. So and that wasn't nowhere near of what Shorty was making. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't want to make an excuse for him, and I don't want to say Young Boy was stupid. Or maybe he should have had an old head or pop or whatever the case may be. But it ain't nowhere in the world that I'm getting that legal paper. And like you said, this is damn near 40-year-old cool. So I guess my mind is roaming a little bit different. But even in that situation, man, like I'm not going. Shorty got himself fucked. I'm sorry.
But guess what?
Shorty got.
What if he the old head? What if he the old head at 29 years old? He could be the old head.
That's ridiculous. But cool. How long?
I know. They on the lines.
How long? Yeah, let's
young boy. It shouldn't have happened. He was getting money. You know what I'm saying? Once you start getting covered out, you should remove yourself from the gangster lifestyle. Bottom line.
All right, we
Y'all agree with that?
We're gonna park it there. So back to us with basically the conflict resolution and stopping stuff before, before it escalates. Like, I know I done been in situations now, where let's say, when you running around, one of the biggest things you have is respect. You want people to respect you. And one of the reasons why niggas rumble or shoot somebody, they feel like they was disrespected. Yeah. Nowadays, it could be like somebody might disrespect me, and where back in the day, I would have went one way, I went a totally, other way. I went, the opposite of it. So I want to ask y'all, like, if sometime after you've been out, right, and now you're just walking away from dumb situations, if you have, what makes you comfortable to walk away and not feel like you gotta do something stupid?
That's a good question. You want to go first?
No, man. Because I had a little situation that not too long ago that I seen somebody that I really don't like. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say I don't really like them. They probably don't like me, but when I seen them, he looked at me, I looked at him, and he kind of gave me that look like, I hope this nigga don't start his shit. You know what I'm saying? On that tip, you're not supposed to give like,
He was burnt out like
yeah,
that.
he burned out. Like, every time we see each other, we kind of like either say something to each other or something. So he just gave me that look like that. And I kind of like, you know what, man? And I was going to go get me like I think it was like a water ice or something. And he was like, nigga, saying, I was like, you know what, man? I just walked off. And when I walked off, it felt a little good. I jumped in my truck, I just pulled off. And I was thinking to myself, I said, damn, it could have went either way right there. Because I know, see, sometimes when you get around certain people and you just don't want them around you, like we always talk about it, like, it's cool to squash with people, sometimes like,
Stay over there.
just stay over there, I stay over there. And if we don't see each other,
That's fine.
it's fine. I'm cool with that. But when we do see each other, like, you can tell, like, yo, we tensing up like crazy. So when I kind of like pulled off, I started going through the little scenarios in my head, like, damn, it could have went this way, it could have went that way. You know what I'm saying? I could have do away with what I had for that. And then I'll be honest with you, you know, I'm doing all right, you know what I'm saying, for myself, you know, and he not really doing that. And I ain't talking bad about it, you know what I'm saying, but me doing something to him, and everybody seeing me doing something to him, they like, damn, come on, man. For real.
Everybody looking like a nut.
They
Come on, bro. You got that tow truck. You been doing all that. Damn, OG, you been looking up to you, man. You changed.
He said you got more to lose. That
Yeah, if I shoot you, I'm brainless.
Yeah.
If you shoot me, then you famous.
Definitely famous.
So yeah, I sometimes you gotta just think for the other person. I always tell people that all the time. Man, I said, man, sometimes I just think for others now. I'm at the age that in my life I think for others. Like you might have some words. Like one day, you know, I'm around by Jollies one night. This one is called Jollies on Broad Street. Young boy in the middle of the street started getting on. He's like, man, I hear you. He started cussing me out, right? I was like, okay. I rode around him. He like, yeah, you better go. Right, go back around the block. He's still out there running the block. I'm parking really going Jollies for real. Poor dude, right? I jump out the car. Now I'm walking by him. Yo, what's up, bro? He's speaking to me. Ain't know this is the same dude you just cussed out. And I'm just looking at this dude like, yo, you that drunk that you just cussed me out, called me all this stuff. I could have knocked your head off. And you went, for what? And it's like I kind of thought about it. But I told somebody else the story. I told my man the story. My man was like, yo, what if you'd have ran somebody that was, okay, this is what you talking about? And pulled on and killed him.
Yeah.
He's so far gone, so he's drunk, he's showing off for everybody. Oh, everyone waiting, go around me and all this stuff, and get your head knocked off.
Hey yo, and that's a fact. Let me tell you this funny story with me before, right? I parked my car when I was working in Philly at a certain location, and I usually bring my daughter down for my sister to drop her off at daycare while I go to work. One particular day, it was on a Friday, I told my sister to take my daughter to her grandma's house because she was staying over there for the weekend. So when I got dropped off in my truck, I pulled off. But I'm so busy fidgeting with my music that I'm not riding that fast. And the young boy I'm turning down this road block. Young boy pulled the joint out. I'm like, so I take off, I'm out. Adrenaline going, what that was all about? So now I'm heated, like, yo, this little dude just pulled a fucking, like, I just got off work, I'm dirty, I'm tired. But I got a homie, be right down the street. I called him on the phone, I'm like, yo, who, you know them dudes on such block? He like, yeah, man, my little young boys, what's up? I'm like, yo, one of them dudes just put a biscuit out on me. He like, what? I'm like, yeah. So he like, I get in the car with my man, we ride around there or whatever. My man hop out, we hop out. Young boy don't even know who I am either. So I'm like, damn, shorty, my man like, yo, you just put a get out on somebody in a truck. He was like, oh, he rolled past and that black, my joint ain't even black, but it looked black. He like, yo, yeah, the bull with the blade ride past all slow, you know. So I'm like, damn, shorty, like, I'm riding past, I was fidgeting with he's like, oh, that was you? Oh, no, I'm saying, oh, it be goofy out here. I'm like, I said, yo, I usually have my 4-year-old daughter in that truck, man, when you just did that, man. Like, I park around the corner every day. Every day I park around there for a month. But I was heated, like, man, I really wanted to do something to him, right? But that was my man's, his brother was his man. He like, yo, that's my man, little brother, he doing right. So I said, damn, what you going through something with somebody? He like, no, I'm just
You
saying.
got to be. He wasn't even at war.
I swear to God, man, Pook, in my life. The crazy part is, man,
That's crazy.
I'm telling, so now when the law arrived past young boy fidgeting, I said, dude, you got the joint, you need to get that gun off you, right? But as we talking, I ain't gonna lie, young boy had me so mad. I told young boy, I said, man, you know what you should do? I said, cause somebody gonna waste a homicide on you and go to jail and have to pay more of your money. Why don't you just kill yourself, man? I was mad as shit.
I had
No,
a feeling you was
I
gonna
was
say that.
mad though. I was pissed. I said, don't even waste that because somebody gonna do something to you, shorty. But then as I was talking, I'm like, damn, like I felt bad that I even see, like, no, man, it's goofy out here, man. I said, damn, you need a job? Like you need a gig? Like it was just weird to me. Like I was super mad, but then I eventually came back down to reality. Like these little dudes ain't got no type of guidance, no nothing. So they hit me up. We left. Like I talked to the young boy for about 20 minutes. We left. My man kept saying, "Cool, please let it go." I'm like, bro, no, I ain't on that type time no more. Like it is what, like I ain't like I'm over this shit anyway. But I'm like, but when I say I was like fucking like yo, bro, like it took everything in my power. But it was more so because I know my daughter be in the car. But the moral of the story is a lot of stuff that now being my age I am now, I think more for my children. It ain't even like I don't want to go to jail because I know if I go to jail, their lives is ruined. And all the stuff that I preach to them all day long, they'll look at me and like, for real, Dad, you told me this, you told me that. This what you doing? That's what you doing?
That just answered the next question I was going to ask. I was going to ask.
And I let it go.
You know what I'm saying? When that feeling started rising up, what caused you to actually,
Children,
you know what I'm saying,
man.
walk
My
away?
babies, man. My daughters, my 4-year-old, my 2 14-year-olds, my son that's 16, about to be 17 next week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the stuff that be on my brain, like where, that's why when I said before, man, I don't waste conversation with them, man. Everything
So we definitely got to, young as you got to have that within you. But then you also, as the friend, you got to be able to sense when your man is on some nut stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I'm saying, reach out to them and talk them off the ledge. I remember one day I had an incident, it's a little incident that I wasn't even really paying no attention to at first. Then Hearn walk up and I'm talking to Hearn, and I'm talking to Hearn about a total different situation. But the boy that I just had I didn't even feel like it was a confrontation. For real, I didn't feel like it was nothing that serious. But immediately after that, Hearn walked up and I walked off with Hearn. So he thought that I was telling Hearn what just happened and we gonna run down on him. Mind you, I'm out. We both out at the time.
No, you gotta forget. Another friend of ours that's cool with him and cool with us. He walked up and said something about it. And when he said something to Pook about it, I looked at Pook like, hey, you ain't tell me that. They come to the art saying he wasn't on that tip.
Yeah.
But he sent my man down because he must have said, oh, him and her walked off.
See what they gonna do.
And it's crazy because I was like, even after the whole situation that happened, I'm just sitting back like, damn, that's crazy how I could have been in some stuff
And didn't
even know what was going
I
on.
didn't even speak on it.
Because he didn't speak because it wasn't really
It wasn't on my mind. But this is the part of what I wanted to get to. So once the other boy came down and said something about it, I started feeling some kind of way. Like, damn, I mean, so what he was thinking about. See, that's how, man, you go down your own rabbit hole.
Yeah, who talking?
Yeah. So it's like he felt like we was going to do something to him. So now I'm thinking, so damn, is he thinking about doing something to me? So now it's starting to bother me. I left. I'm on my way home. I heard a call. Like, yo, man, if you think about that, man, chill. Don't even worry about it, man. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he sensed it and just called me up like, yo, bro, if you worried about that, man, don't worry about it, man. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you know what it is, man? It's just, like we see so many homies fall victim of that. Like, he might have thought, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Pook probably thought that I might look at him like, yo, Pook a bitch from that shit. Like, it's a whole pride thing that come about me. Because he's sitting there talking to me about something different. We kind of like laughing about something. And my man, he got respect for it. So when he probably said, "Oh, him and her walked off," he came up laughing about it. Man, what happened with you and stuff like laughing? And I turned around like, what the fuck is going on? But now I know it's like, damn, y'all had a little argument. What they say about it? And then when he tell me about the story, I'm like, that's crazy. Why would he say that about you? You've been living on this fucking block your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going home and he's going his way. I said, I call him up, man, so he won't feel no type of way because you doing something positive. But I know you can get pulled back because this boy did so much time that he might be looking for some trouble. And it might say, you might feel as though that your life in danger. See, sometimes you on survival, you get in survival mode like, man, what's up with this boy? You know what I'm saying? What kind of anger do he really have with me? You know what I'm saying? So now you on the survival mode, and it's still, I said, let me call him up and say, yo, bro, don't worry about that shit. I ain't letting nobody, don't worry about that shit, man. Dudes want to talk. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say what they want to say. They gonna say you ain't do this or we ain't do that or whatever. No, it doesn't matter to them. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna broadcast on the internet? What we did? You know what I'm saying? We gonna do like a young boy thing? Oh, we ain't no real nigga. We never came. You never seen us with the state number, so we ain't real. Yeah. Oh, y'all ain't do this, y'all ain't up run state. I used to laugh at dudes like, y'all tell me I never run state. Yeah. But I guarantee, I ain't gonna talk about that. If I did go through that shit, half the shit them niggas did up there, I would never did. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm a proudful dude, so at the end of the day, I know my pride get in my way quick. Yeah. So me calling him, and he on the good for, I'm a snapping time bomb. He know that, like, you can't say nothing to me, I'm with it. Like, what? And when I call him, I can hear him like, yo, bro, it ain't worth it. You ain't got to argue with boy. You ain't got that. And guess what? They came around. They over there. I come about a month later, they talking to each other. They had a conversation. Oh, yeah, I can see you on the Facebook and you be preaching. Yeah. It's just somebody coming home. I dealt with that. Dudes came home, they talk trash in the jail. What them boys doing down there? When I come home, I say something to them, and they come home, they fall right in line. Oh, damn, I ain't gonna be throw like that.
Some dudes pick that little beef because they want people to squash it so they can be down. You know how to just walk up to you
and talk to you.
Damn, bro,
I can see that too.
They try to see that too. Because I done had dudes, I'm like, who? They like, yeah, the boy, I'm like, we don't got a problem. And
my man that walked up, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was one of them type of boys. I used to always say, like, man, it was talking crazy about us when you just say, he said, man, that was my mom, man. My mom told me y'all do all this wild stuff. I'm like, man, we're talking about the 6 million. He said, I came over. He said, nah, my mom. We always laugh about that situation. But it's real. When you in the inside trying to look outside, you don't know what's going on. You don't know who's thorough. You know what I'm saying? You're just going off with names,
people words, and they could be lying to you.
They can be lying to you. You know what I'm saying? And then people change. You know what I'm saying? You might have that little boy that probably was working at the grocery when you left. He might be putting the work down. Now you could, he wasn't know why. He owned the block.
I learned that too.
Yeah,
it was some young boys.
He owned the block. It's his block.
I learned that too, man. I used to be like, who, him? It's fucking clean.
Man,
I was like, no, he won.
Yeah, like, I was saying it out loud. Yeah, I was OT. I was booked OT. Yeah. The young boys came to the jail. They told me like, yo, you know such and such down there. I said, that's my young boy. He said, what? I'm like, that's my young boy. He said, no, it can't be young boy. So we get on the phone call like, yeah. You know the boy heard about me? He said, yeah, that's my boy. I said, that's my young boy. I told y'all that. You know what I'm saying? He right in front of me. He said, oh, he be terrorizing stuff like that. I ain't never heard him call nobody. I said, that's my young boy.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't trying to that's my young boy. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Yeah. But he's out there. He's a monster. Yeah. Like I heard his name all through the joint. When they came up, I'm like, huh? What? To each his own.
I definitely was like that at one point.
You know what I'm saying? But you know how that go. And then when I talked to him on the point, he said, yeah, Herb, you came out here, you ain't reach out. You should have reached out. You probably would have been locked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I went out there and just did what I was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
it's crazy.
Got stories for days. But
yeah, that's the thing, man. We just gotta take a second to think, man. Yeah. I ain't saying risk your life, you know, and I ain't even judging you if in the heat of the moment, you know what I'm saying, you wild out and did something. But man, you start the moment they put them cuffs on you and sit you in the back of that car or the back of that paddy wagon, then you start thinking about everything. Damn, I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. That whole ride, your whole bit, you be thinking about, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, think about it before you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing, Leave them drugs alone, man. Leave them drugs alone. Like we used to have dudes in the hood, man. Used to take the Xanny bars, and they say the after effects on the Xanny bar, dudes resin. They used to call resin. The next day they wake up, they snap. They don't snap move. And I remember I had a little altercation with boy around my way. He was drunk. He fought, and we was ready to go to something. He was like, you know what? Let me see if you had that same. Let's see if we had the same energy tomorrow, and when we not drunk again. I looked at him and said, "I'm very wrong." And we walked up, and then the next day we woke up, we walked out the bike, I looked at him. He said, "What's up?" I looked at him. I said, "Bro, I ain't like mad at you." But it's crazy that he said that. He walked off on me, and I looked at him. I should knock his head off. The next day I see him, he's like, "What we gonna do?" You don't even remember who we was arguing about. Damn sure that we was in the bar and you start talking crazy. He said, yeah, because I was over there trying to do it and you can reach your hand on the wall and talking to this girl. I said, that was some nut. We ready to go mad over this. So sometimes, man, the drugs alone, man, got these young boys twisted, man. The pills, the blowing, you know, even y'all, before y'all going y'all little drills, y'all getting high. Y'all not even conscious is right. Y'all conscious is off. You know what I'm saying? So y'all paranoid. It's crazy because I was just in police and fire credit union. Come out the police and fire credit union, 3 young boys in the car. No lie, I'm walking, I got my mask on, got my hoodie on. Young boy like this in the joint, and I had to pick. Put my mask on, somebody and he looked, like y'all so nervous and jittery from y'all on angles with anybody. So imagine I was licensed at first, we in the bank. We in the police and fire credit union. It got him cops in there. And he on angle, and I'll take the hell. They ain't me, young boy. And like, go back home. He looking like, oh, all right, dang.
Yeah.
But y'all so on edge, y'all getting high too much, y'all on edge, y'all just shooting, y'all just want to shoot.
Yeah.
Y'all conscience not right. Y'all not even in the clear mind. Y'all around the hood. Y'all still around. I know Cool always say you can't just leave the hood, so I ain't gonna leave that alone. No, when you say it's hard to just leave.
Yeah, I think you just. I mean, when you did so much, it's hard to just get up and just go.
Yeah.
I mean, just stop and be like, you know, the best bet is to just get away.
I thought about that. It is hard for certain people.
Yeah, because you might stop, but they still doing what they doing. So they like, man, I ain't stopping because you stop. Let's go.
Yeah.
But and the piggyback off of what you said, what you were saying too, like the drugs is definitely a problem, man. Like it's weird. And look, I be talking to people a lot too, and it's the liquor too. It ain't just the drugs, even though the liquor's legal. But I see a lot of guys. I don't know if we talked about this before. I see a lot of parents when they kid turn 21, they fast to send them down and give them a drink, and I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? Like that's one thing that we probably need to stop promoting too. Like, just because you turn 21 don't mean you gotta have a drink. Like that you can
that's true.
You can go through life without drinking. So it's like, and I watch this a lot. I see it on TV. I see it in real life. I'm like, what you doing for your drink? Oh, what's your son doing? I don't want TV. I don't have to drink now. I'm looking like, cause you drink, you want your son to grow up or your daughter to grow up.
Awesome.
And, yeah, and another thing too, man. Like them drugs really have you out there
hallucinating.
And when you wake up the next day and they tell me, yo, you done shot 15 people, whatever. And then
I had a homie now. I went to go see him on CFCF, man. He got like attempted murder. I'm like, yo, what happened? I woke up at 8th and Ritz.
Yeah. That's sad, bro.
I woke up at 8th and Ritz.
So sad, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I be sitting around, like when I'm like outside somewhere and I listen to some of these little young boys talk, even some of the older dudes, man, I kind of be feeling sorry for these dudes. Like I'll be like, yo, like some of the things that come out their mouth. I mean, even when I was on my shit, I wasn't talking like that, or I wasn't acting like that. I'm like, some of these dudes is like lost, man. They gone. Like,
I didn't say they gone. They lost.
All right, yeah, I'll say they lost, man. But it's like the point of trying to bring them back is going to take some serious pookies in their life. Seriously, man, because I've been listening to the conversation, man.
They don't take me and take y'all.
But the thing is, my patience ain't like your patience.
Well,
man.
see, the thing is,
I get frustrated.
See, this is the thing. Everybody thinks it's about, or they put it on me because I'm a speaker, right? But this is the thing, folks. You can't talk people out of what they didn't get talked into. So one of the things is it's not about giving a speech or talking to them. It's about living and showing them how you living. So just the fact that you got out, I know Herm experienced it, I experienced it. Youngest be in my DM, man. One day I'm walking down the street, man. Young boy rolled the window down, was like, "Yo, man, you a hero." Just, you know what I'm saying? Just because you got out, you doing something positive, like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yo, look, listen, man. We stand on the corner. Sport ride by. Just bricking us. Spin the corner. Like, know that, man. Like, man, he come. We see, you know, you can see from, if you spin Federal Street, you ride down 18th Street, you can see some come back. It sound like they coming back around. Came down Ellsworth Street. So now everybody stand up, you know, we just looking like whatever's gonna happen. He spin off Ellsworth Street, hit Anna Street, pulled up, rolled the window down. Yo, you be at the Krumah, right? I said, yeah. So I follow you, man. Keep up the good work. I'm like, boy, you just did all that crazy stuff. I was do that in your life, man. Man, I was so heated, man. Like, boy, man, you don't know what he's doing around this, but he was so affectionate. He was bricking because he seen who he admired. Like, bro, that's the ball. And he spit the corner hard, but it came all around. I'm like, oh, man, goofy stuff.
We just came in to get shot.
And I want to put this on the podcast. I told you, Pooh, Claude Anderson, you and Umar, man. Top three, y'all my top three guys. Man.
Appreciate that, bro.
Y'all three right there, man. Like I like the boy Tariq Nasheed a little bit, but he be beefing with Umar, and I don't like that beef and shit. But and you can learn a lot from him too. But you I don't think you understand, man. Like the impact you got on a lot of people, bro. Like seriously, man. I ain't
appreciate
and I ain't perfect, but nobody's perfect.
I ain't perfect.
But I watched you, man. I watched you start this shit, man. That's crazy, man. And I never seen nobody start anything on a legit side of the game and it blossom the way your shit did. I'm always seeing illegal shit blossom. So when you see some legal shit or some legit things blossom like that, to me, it's like, all right, it is hope. It is hope out here for something.
And see, that's what I'm trying to say. Cause I never beat you over the head.
No,
you just was my man. We busted up. I talked to you about what I'm doing, and just me living became an example. And that's what I'm saying. Right. It ain't me, it's us. Herm has been an example to a lot of people that want to even drive tow trucks now. Like, who just wanted to drive tow trucks?
I remember Poop, he was talking or whatever. Poop was telling me he was preaching one day, and I went and came, and my man seen it on the ground. And he like, yeah, look, that's my man. I mean, see my man preach. Like, what the fuck? That's my guy. Like, you know what I mean? But with me, one thing about me, I always been a leader. I do what the fuck I want. Like, ain't nobody gonna, you know what I mean? But like I said, man, you definitely
appreciate that,
one of the
bro.
goats, man.
Last so next week, bring some flowers.
and I like to tell them that. I like to tell them that when you hear it, because you know people
get on that point.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I even tell
snot everywhere.
Yeah, and then you ready to get somebody. Even our homie Reese. Like I tell Reese all the time. I'm like, damn, Reese. Like I explain to Reese, man. He a man's man. Like he a good dude, man. I got a homie named Don G's. I always tell him like he always hung around us. When we was doing the fuck shit, but he wasn't with that shit, man. But he always been our homie. Like, and it's like I told him one day in the group chat, I said, man, I hope my son grow up, you know what I mean, and implement more of your life than mine, because my life was some shit. Yours was more, and Don been working since we was young boys, and he been working with his company for like 20-some years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he a good dude. So it's like, yeah, I like to let dudes know, and I don't drink, so I'm not getting drunk. Like, yo, man, I love you, dog, and all that shit. I'm not doing that. And I learned over the years, you have to start telling your homies, man, or whoever, he ain't got to be your homie. It's like, yo, I fucks with what you doing. I you know what I mean? Because it's easy to be negative, man. Everybody's so negative nowadays. And there's a lot of dudes that do what Poop do that I ain't feeling. I listen to him, I'm like, I ain't feeling that guy. But they got their platform and he doing what they doing. But it's when I watch it, I try to get into him, but it's like they ain't on the type time he on. The type level he on is just different from a lot of these cats, man. Like he, you know, but see, a lot of these other guys, they get along, whatever that saying is. But Poop on some other shit, and I respect that.
Appreciate you, bro. Last question, so we can wrap this up and really drive this home for the guys. whatever situations where you finally was like, I'm gonna walk away. I ain't gonna engage in the fuck shit. I ain't gonna want to rumble. I ain't gonna want to kill him. I'm gonna just walk away because I got more to live for. How did you feel like that? I'm saying when you did that, did you feel like a sucker? Did you feel like, man, I got so much to lose? In fact, her already said, I felt happy. Like, how did you feel? I know a lot of times dudes are afraid to walk away because they feel like everybody gonna look at me like a sucker. And I know for me, like it's been situations where my argument had because I had quick arguments and then I just walk away. I just remove myself because the madder I get is gonna be hard to control. So I just walk away. But you walk away like, I can't believe this dude. I'm like, man, this was 15 years ago. You would have crossed the street. You know what I'm saying? You ain't nowhere in the world. You would have argued with me. But I can hold my head high because I'm not looking for everybody to think I'm tough. That's not even something I want to be known as. All that's out of the window now. So I could just walk away and just be like, man, I got $1 million to make next year. You know what I'm saying? I got a dream house I'm trying to get built next year. Me and her got some businesses we trying to go. Man, I'm thinking about that. I'm not thinking about, damn, I was a sucker. Nah, I'm on my way somewhere. Yeah. I'm on my way somewhere. It ain't nothing that nobody can say, nothing that nobody can call.
I ain't thinking about you.
Yeah, because first of all, I gotta, and this one thing, man, stop putting people in such high regard. First of all, I gotta respect you a certain way in order for me to even care about what you're saying about me.
Word.
Like, it's some folks that, he said, what? Man, I'm not.
No, many times I done said that.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So just finding different ways to feel comfortable with just walking away because you got more life. It's more to life than being called a sucker or being called a gangster. We talked about that last week. The bigger you get called a gangster, the faster you get killed because people gonna be on your ear from the rip because they know what you do. Mm-hmm. But it's more life to live, man. And I'm on my way to the morgue, not the morgue. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my way to the morgue. And if I kill you, then what? Now I go to jail because I was trying to prove that I was tough to some people who still gonna talk about me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm booked. They still gonna talk about you. So what's the?
When you book, you can be successful. They always want to talk. He on his way to the morgue. I'm on my way to the bank. Fuck all that. That's what I'm gonna do. I really be on that type of time. Even if it's somebody that I really know, I'm still on that type of time. Ooh, man, fuck it. I don't care. Like, you say what you want to say about me. Like, whatever. Like, I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, I'm not worrying about what you doing. I wish I could remove the rear view mirrors of my truck, but I can't because I get pulled over. Because I ain't looking behind at nothing. Like, I'm going forward with this shit, man. Like, and you ain't never lied, man. Sometimes, man, too, like you were saying too, the pressure from the people, and man, ain't nobody putting no pressure on me to do shit.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Yeah, like my age, I'm at the age that
Burned out.
Yeah, I done did everything. So you can't take nothing away from my name. So regardless of what you say about me, I did this, you know what I won some, I lost some. But I stood up on everything I ever did. So if anybody got a problem with me today, it's like, it really don't matter. It really don't, because I'm not one of them type of guys that's trying to keep my name alive in the streets. You know what I'm saying? My street life was my street life. Now I'm on this life. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the legit side of things. You know, if you ain't catch me right then and there, then man, you can't be equal. You know what I'm saying? We can't have nothing. We can't really talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because our story still wouldn't match up if we did talk about it. So I wouldn't, like, I had an argument with somebody not too long. It was something real petty. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all doing a lot of arguing, man.
No, I ain't
arguing with nobody. I really don't be around people.
No, it was crazy because it was somebody that, you know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't. He was going through something.
Word.
And I kind of like, I was about to go there with him, but I said, yo, there's something about this whole going back and forth thing that this not him. This not his character.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it was about a handshake, a pound. You know what I'm saying? I walk up, hands are dirty. You know, I work all day, so I gave one guy a pound. I gave somebody a pound. I shook somebody's hand, and then I gave him a pound. He got mad about it. Yeah, he got mad about it. We going back and forth. He like, man, I just feel though that you look chick as hell. I said, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I worked 10 hours straight. Matter of fact, before you even came out here, I was out here. You know what I'm saying? I was out here running, with the tow truck. I ain't talking about street stuff. I was out here. I said, bro, when I walk up to y'all, I'm pounding, I'm shaking hands, but my hands are dirty too. So I might say, oh, my hands are dirty. Then I might forgot I said my hands dirty because I shook his hand. I said, bro, you shouldn't feel like that. He went to his whole little fit. So I started getting a little mad. So I said, so what you want to do? So I told him, I said, you know what, bro? We performing a lot right here, bro. I said, I ain't no type of boy. I said, we feel good. Let's walk around the corner. I ain't going around the corner. So I walked off. I just walked off. I said, you know what? This ain't on, man. This ain't dude. So when my other man, he was like, he come on, man, what happened with him, man? He tripping about that thing. I'm like, yeah, he tripping. He was like, no, man, he was going to do a little something with his little chick or something like that. I said, I kind of figured that. You know what I'm saying? So now, we talk. I mean, we ain't talk for 3 days. It was like on 3 days. I walked by, he on that side, he this side. Then he one day I walked by, oh, come on, Herb, what's up? We're going to keep walking by like something like that. Because I know that ain't true. It ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Man, your relationship ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? We never argue. We always talk about basketball. We laugh and joke. So now when I walk up to him, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you want to pound on a handshake? We laugh, oh, come on with the bullshit, Herb. But at the end of the day, it was like, damn, I was about to go there. I had to think about it. Like, I'm about to go there with somebody I know that we don't really go there. So if I would have, it was dudes out there. You know what I'm saying? I could have been on to like, let me go on this ball mouthful. You know what I'm saying? And we could have rumbled. I ain't saying that I would have won. You know what I'm saying? Grown man too. You know what I'm saying? It could have got over on me. But at the end of the day, it's like I had to think about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't let like, damn, he arguing with her. Why he arguing with her like that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, her ain't swinging on the guy or whatever. I was like, but in my head, I'm like, yo, something else going on with this boy. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it. So that kind of like did it everything. I kind of like walked my ground before I came back. So I ain't gonna pay no mind. You know what I'm saying? Then when we came around, like I said, we laughed about it. We still laugh about it today. I brought up on like 200 pounds, nigga. Oh, we just laugh about it, but we here to laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no war. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't used my name for it because we had an argument about it. Okay, you feel that you might feel that a pound is for suckers. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now I know, bro. I ain't gonna give you no pound. You know what I'm saying? If my hand is dirty, say, bro, my hand is dirty. I'm just gonna walk by. So you know what I'm saying? That's your preference. You know what I'm saying, man? I thought like you can't really get mad at nobody because it's their preference. You know what I'm saying? He asked like, yo, I don't want no pounds. I don't want no pounds. I want handshakes. All right, that's cool. But
if you saying I don't want a pound and you want a handshake and I'm giving out pounds and I ain't just gonna need nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just walking like, all right, I'm out.
But that's what he said. He said, bro, I ain't gonna lie. He said, bro, even if your hand's dirty, give me a handshake. We men. That's what he said to me.
Everybody ain't on it.
Yeah, everybody on it.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, man? I didn't have an argument, but I had somebody to come in the shop that I say, yo, Herm, he won't never shake my hand. He always give me a pound. He shook everybody's hand and gave me a pound. So I heard he do it every time. But I never got mad about it. I just found it funny, man. But I got final words for the show today.
Yeah, final words is because I'll never say the final words. So I'll say
there we go. Get the final word in.
What was the topic again?
Thinking in the heat of the moment.
Thinking in the heat of the moment, man. Always keep somebody around you, man, that's level-headed, man. Respect the guys that's not a yes man. Always, you know what I'm saying, give them the utmost respect, man, because they're the ones got your best interests in the streets.
Your kids come before everybody, man. Stop putting your homies in the streets in front of your children. Then let them, when you're thinking about doing some silly shit, think about your kids, how much they need you, man. And don't worry about nobody calling you a son.
That's that. I'ma just end
He gonna
it.
foul out. Look, he fouled out. He don't got nothing to say. He always look at me. What you got to say? I'm off. Go ahead, you gotta say something now.
I give hour-long speeches. I always got something.
Just speaking on his credentials now, look.
That's what I'm saying. It's on another level. It's not on the gangster level. It's on an intelligent level. You see that? He ready to go in his bag. That's what he's back. He's ready to go in his
OGs do they shit.
He's ready to go in his. I'm a how many offers? I'm a 7-time officer. If I get that wrong, no, I'm excuse me, bro. 8. And I'm writing a book now. Yo, come on, man.
What's your book about now? What you writing?
I ain't writing no book right now. I ain't writing no book. 2020 been a crazy year, man. I ain't been feeling creative, man. But since y'all forced me, I was just trying to just let y'all, you know what I'm saying, finish it up. But since y'all pushing me,
We need it. They need it. Everybody need it. Go ahead.
bottom line, man, all of us, we have to think before we act. And I know sometimes it is the heat of the moment, and then you feel like you gotta act. But this is one of the things, even your heat of the moment actions come from what you have put inside your mind already. So inside your mind, you already received that if this happened, I'm supposed to do this. And if this happened and I don't do this, then everybody gonna look at me like that. You gotta start putting new and different stuff in your mind. I put so much positive stuff in my mind that it's a whole lot easier for me to walk away because I'm always thinking about that positive stuff. I'm always thinking about these business moves. I'm always thinking about the money to be made. I'm always thinking about my daughter. And the biggest thing, I'm always thinking about the future. Don't be so loyal to a street code that you're disloyal to your future. And you so gung-ho to live out this street code and do what you're supposed to do in the streets that you just ignore your whole future. And when you do that, what you do? You throw your whole life away. You throw your future away. Now, you might not feel like you got a bright future right now, but I'm telling you, if us three right here, we've been in your shoes. If we could go from where we were to where we are today, and boy, I'm telling you, check back in 2 years and see where we're going to be in 2 years, you really going to see, wow, these dudes came from where I came and they got to some crazy, crazy heights because we on our way to do some major stuff. So think about that. Before you grab that gat or before you just act spare of the moment, think about how big and how bright your future can be. And if killing somebody over nothing is even worth it. So Legit OG Podcast, giving you the game we wish we had. See y'all next week.
Y'all hear what he said. See why he went last? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all gonna get this shit every week from Lil Watch, man. Y'all gonna get this shit. It's free too.